The Pat Mayo Experience.
Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.
Hard to find brown bags now. Everything's like synthetic, like recycled bags. Oh yeah, that's great. There's new Indian store up the street, Namaste Grocery. The guy's like, oh, no, welcome to the new store. I come in there, buy eggs. The guy gave me a bag. The handles fell off and a whole dozen eggs smashed on my carpet. They're still there now because I didn't want to deal with it before my show. I'm going to go out after this show, grab a hose, throw it in the backyard and start spraying some fucking eggs. I can't believe it. Yeah. Why? You tried to save half a cent on the bag and you can't carry eggs?
Sorry. So when did these eggs crack? When did these eggs crack?
Yesterday, about right after my 4 o'clock update, I walked up to the store. Yeah, about 4:08.
So you've essentially gone 18 hours with raw eggs.
There's broke.
Yeah, but as we learned last week, that's still within the 24-hour rule. So if you want to go full Rocky, that would not.
No,
be
I'm
a
not
problem.
eating, Patrick. No, if I eat them, I'm just gonna
could
grab some
redirect
Dawn
the sunlight. You could redirect the sunlight with like a magnifying glass, cook them right on the carpet, and then eat them within 24 hours.
The only reason I didn't tackle them is now we have cooler conditions. I could just let them fester overnight and then just grab some water. And anyway, I'm doing that after this fucking show. I'm going to clean my mats.
Well, this weekend, he was telling us how he eats candy corn with plain yogurt, and it's delicious. So we're making him do it on camera.
Actually, that one I like more than the gloves and whatever. And I'll try candy corn with yogurt. I don't mind that.
But plain yogurt, though.
Well, the candy corn's got sweetness in it, so it kind of makes, actually, I'm not going to scoff at that. I'm going to scoff at his latex gloves.
Well, Cam said a couple weeks ago he would eat shrimp off the carpet at his house at 3 a.m. So I don't think he's going to have a problem with candy corn and yogurt.
Why not? Yeah, I got a couple keys for my soundboard on the floor. I told you I got some Lucky Charms on the floor right now.
Please tell me you don't have the
water
eggs on the
bottle.
Floor. Please tell me you cleaned up the eggs from last week. If those are still
no. And actually, Pizzola, it was a brilliant move. Cold at night, the eggs, instead of being all liquidy and hot, whatever, they just kind of went in. I got the Dawn, my brush, rinse. Now I got a clean carpet with all the dirt and eggs out of it. Isn't that beautiful? It was my outdoor carpet, by the way. It's not my indoor carpet.
It all makes sense now. I was trying to piece this together because
I told you that. Don't you read the Twitter? I told the guy, it was the eggs fell on the outdoor carpet.
Oh, I was under the impression that it was inside as well.
Yeah.
Oh, inside. I'm not waiting 2 days to clean eggs inside. I'm not.
Well, that's why we all thought it was so crazy.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys thought it was crazy just for leaving eggs over 24 hours outside. Like as I said, run the tape, Shag. Who's coming to my door? I said. So whatever. Like I was telling you guys, kind of anyway. Whatever.
What carpet do you have outside? Is it like
a mat, a welcome mat. Yeah. Like a welcome.
It's not really
mat
a carpet. I guess it can be, but like I was very confused by this whole story.
Anyway, eggs really hold in that carpet. It's like they're there, but they're gone now. Every time I play this game, I never win. It's just a horrible game. I don't even know why I bring it up.
You suggested the game.
I do, and I'm the idiot. I know. I'm an absolute moron. Like I got to stop doing this. Yes, you guys are right. Everything's cool.
You're like the guy that they put under cross-examination and he just spills the beans and they don't even have to ask him questions.
You'd be surprised, Pizzola. In an interrogation room, I'd never snitch you out, buddy. That's one thing I'm very good at. I'm very good at holding secrets, as friends know. I got so much things in the old vault. I might be bad at ranking quarterbacks, but other than that, I won't sell you down the river.
Okay.
Are we bronze?
Yeah. What are you taking?
Who's up?
You.
Who's up?
You're up.
Yeah, you're up.
Can I ask? Want to play another game? And Stefanski's such a fuck face. He can't even cover versus a cat when he's 8-0. You didn't even cover versus the.
I forgot about the.
I told you about that. That was why we bet Cleveland. Remember? 8-0 versus cats. 8-1 now, jerk.
I mean, that does sound. That does sound like one of the trends that Rob loves in order to bet on things. So yeah, I can see why you guys bet on things.
I agree. I mean,
that's what my database says. If you beat cats, then we bet them. But no. It didn't work.
Yeah, it was. I mean, 8-1 is still a very good number against cat teams. We might have to use that next time the Browns play a cat team. I don't know what their record is though against bird teams. That's what we really need to know.
Cat teams are hot. Think about it. Jaguars got to win. Panthers are like, I have a bet on them winning that division at $1 million. Lions are on fire.
Yeah.
And Bengals are on fire. All cats.
I think you'll be very happy with the thumbnail for the show this week, Cam.
You are. You're really going. You're really going to enjoy the thumbnail for this show.
So, thank you. So you guys talk about this stuff before I even get here.
No, I
roll out of bed.
I tweeted out the thumbnail. You just didn't see it. I'm guessing Rob did.
I did. Yeah. I mean,
Ethereum. I'm heavily invested in gas and cholesterol, but anyway. Can't cash those in.
No, I don't know. If you're an Ethereum holder, Rob, I mean, you got to be investing in gas at this point when it's a good price, don't you?
Yes.
I guess.
I was talking about the internal gas, not petroleum, Mayo, but that's okay. Gas is going through the roof.
I was talking about internet gas, but
the fees, the gas fees. Yes,
it was gas
right over that.
Okay, we should probably.
Sorry, I do.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll get into the.
Well, it's actually petroleum going up is good because my dad used to work at the Petro-Canada refinery, so I think he's still got when oil's going up. I guess we're still living. But I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about half the time, like Ethereum and stuff. Like I know Bitcoin and I know we talked about some ass coin and cum rocket and stuff like that, but. I'm kind of not in this crypto world that I'm kind of afraid to get into, to be honest with you, Pat. I have enough regular life problems. I don't need crypto problems. Oh, you should have seen that documentary they had on last night, the Ken and Barbie murders with Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka. They did like a documentary. This fucking chick fleeced everybody. She is the worst. You can't keep people in dungeons and things like this. But if you want to whip out some toys and do whatever, it's your business. I don't know.
If it's consensual, if the
person
wants to be in the dungeon, then you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I get a little bit scared. I wouldn't want to be tied up and whatever, because then they. I've seen that too many times on those murder shows. The guy's hey, we're going to, the chick's like, hey, honey, let's play sex games tonight. So they gimp him up and tie him to the bed. Once he's tied to the bed, it's a pretty easy way to, you're killed. You're done. The party's over. You basically said, I'm going to die right now. And you got no chance of escape unless you can lift a bed with handcuffs on. It's not happening.
Well, what's wrong with Minnesota is that their head coach, Mike Zimmer, is a cuck, and he's very, very conservative. Now,
Did you say cock?
I said a cuck. C-U-C-K.
So what is that? A moron? Basically? What's a cuck?
It's
a cock is a bird or something else. But what else you got?
Shout out to Cam for never being cucked in his life.
You've never been cucked.
What's a cuck? No, it's what when you stick it up a guy. Okay, I got a bad feeling. It's bad sex. Bad sex.
It's when you let another man or woman
molest you.
No, have sex with your wife.
Oh, so they're swingers. Cucks are swingers.
Well, no, they're not really swingers. It's more like a sad thing.
Oh, okay. I know a couple cucks back in my old days.
I know a lot of cucks.
You know a lot of cucks? Weirdos.
A lot of cucks.
Yeah, no, it's true. I don't know. I know some of those guys, Pizzola, we used to know. They were into the cuck thing, I think. They didn't mind, group sex and other things. But anyway, I'm not going to divulge. This is an NFL gambling show, not a sexual tip show. So
to each their own. As long as you're not doing anything illegal or harming anyone in the process, whatever your sexual preferences are.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's your business what you do. I agree.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, right?
Yeah, you can't keep people in dungeons and things like this. But if you want to whip out some toys and do whatever, it's your business. I don't know.
If it's consensual, if the person wants to be in the dungeon, then you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I get a little bit scared. I wouldn't want to be tied up and whatever, because then they. I've seen that too many times on those murder shows. The guy's hey, the chick's like, hey, honey, let's play sex games tonight. So they gimp him up and tie him to the bed. Once he's tied to the bed, it's a pretty easy way to, you're killed. You're done. The party's over. You basically said, I'm going to die right now. And you got no chance of escape unless you can lift a bed with handcuffs on. It's not happening.
The tying up thing, that's not up.
No. Some chick comes up to me, even my girlfriend's not into that stuff. But I'm just saying, if I ever had a situation where it's let's get tied up, I'm not getting tied up because you could hurt me and steal my money and do a lot of bad. When I'm tied up, I'm not in any good position to fight back or do anything. You're a sitting duck, right, Pizzola?
Yeah. Well, I'm on a Mediterranean diet because of the diabetes. I am
too, Rob.
I've ate like that since the diabetes, so I try not to consume a lot of red meat, but I do enjoy a good steak. I'm not a vegetarian. I eat a lot of fish, though. I'm a big fan of fish, any type of fish, really. Funny
you mentioned that, Rob. I ate salmon last night. Beautiful dish for the Mediterranean diet. I used Greek salad, a lot of olive oil. Ooh. But the thing is, you can't have a lean steak. And trust me, Omaha Steaks, I don't even work for them. Pat does. This is top end stuff, the top end restaurants. Hey, a little steak, You don't have to put the potato in. Steak and broccoli, whatever. You know what I mean? I've been cutting down on the potatoes. I used to eat like poutine like it was going out of style. I can't do that anymore.
See, the big challenge in my household is I'm married, but we don't have kids. My wife doesn't eat red meat. She doesn't eat pork. She doesn't really eat anything other than chicken or fish.
My girlfriend eats the refrigerator. I come home at night. She's staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. There's bites out of like everything's gone. She's nibbling on all my leftovers. Yeah, she's an animal. I always catch her too. Know how I get her, guys? There's always a little peanut and some residue on the floor. I went, oh, you got into the drumsticks last night, eh? That's my little treat when I can have one bite. Rob can't eat the whole like thing. You know what I mean? You can have a little bit of sugar. Got to treat yourself.
This is why you would have made a great detective in another life, Cam.
Well, if it was catching food criminals, I'm not sure about murderers.
You could pick up on the clues. I mean, if you can catch someone who's stealing stuff out of your fridge, you can catch someone who's stealing other stuff.
There's been a lot of robberies in the area. We actually have the guy on tape. He looks very familiar. I saw him down. I had to get some keys cut the other day, and this guy looked. I'm telling you, Pizzola, I'm doing better than these cops on these shows. I think I know the perpetrator. I can't obviously attack somebody without knowing 100% for positive. But I'm telling you, if this guy steps into my house, you're making a big mistake, dude. If I'm not choked out with my sleep machine, you're in big trouble. I do have weaponry upstairs because you know what? I got to protect myself, and I don't have a gun. And I would never shoot a gun.
Walk me through the thought process of the knife and the golf club. Like, are you going to put one in each hand as you chase someone down?
Quick. No, golf club you need because if the guy's farther away, the golf club. If he gets too tight and I'm in big trouble, I might have to like go for a weapon that's going to cause major pain. Golf club, the whole objective of golf club is to hit, stun, and not kill and roll them out and just get out of my place and never come back again because next time you're going to get 2 hits. Knife is if I'm in trouble. I got to do something and I got to defend myself. Anyway, I know this sounds insane and ridiculous, but I don't have a pet. I don't have, I used to have Portuguese Joe, my other roommate. So we have 2 people, no problem. Then we're like the guys in big trouble. I'm just telling you, my neighbor's car got broken into, multiple robberies in the area, used to be a nice complex, and there's a lot of scumbags. Most of them go into your car for change, for, looking for crack and stuff like that. Some guys are getting aggressive and they're trying to break in. Once you get into somebody's house, okay? Once you get into somebody's house, that's the mistake you made.
You got a Cincinnati kicker who thinks he's hit a field goal and he didn't. And there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the NFL.
Let's call it out for what it is. Let's call it out for what it is, Mayo. It seems like we always talk about these Mexican soap operas and stuff. And, nothing happens. And at the end, slap in the face, another chick puts a knife in the guy's back. It's like, all of a sudden, here we go. Here comes the entertainment. I'm almost going to say this. It feels like we're playing with a script. If you've been betting long enough, you just watch these games. Oh, when's the pass interference coming? Oh, here comes a crucial holding penalty. I'm just saying, I know it's not that way. Like, I don't like these trolls on these sites. Oh, rigged, fixed, blah, 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 blah. But it does, Pat, and you're a smart, you and Rob are both intelligent people. It feels scripted a lot of the time. That's all I'm saying.
Rob, did you have the over-under of 1 minute and 41 seconds for the first stabbing reference of this episode?
I'm glad you brought it up because I was going to bring it up. 141, under 2 minutes.
Wow.
That would have been my goal pick. It would have been my goal pick this week.
I logged in early today. I was watching On the Case with Paul Azan, and lots of people are getting stabbed. So it's kind of subconscious now.
Can we unpack that story for just 1 sec? Why were you hiding in the bush?
Because I didn't know what the guy was. My old guy was gone, and it was like this Russian guy in a Fiero, and I see him coming out. He's got like a wooden leg, and I didn't know what was going on. And the guy's like, meet me on Lakeshore. I go, Lakeshore's pretty big. Meet me on Lakeshore. Like, Rob, Lakeshore is one of the biggest streets in the friggin', like, isn't it not like Lakeshore by the Esso gas station. Anyway, he was a guy filling in for my old guy who's now like a friend of mine there. But anyway, long story short, used to meet bookies with wooden legs with envelopes in Burger Kings. And you know what? I liked it that way.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to pop you in broad daylight though. Like, and what kind of amount of funds were you dealing with that you owed this guy where he was going to severely beat you? Like, it probably wouldn't have happened.
You're right, Rob. I was over
exaggerating. You need to be hiding in bushes on the lakeshore.
You know what I'm saying. I'm just saying I did bet like way too much when I got into the industry and kind of had to tone it down. But anyway, you're right. He wouldn't clip me or anything. I was just kind of nervous, like with the situation. But anyway, this is here nor there. New bettors got it pretty easy compared to we had it, right, Rob? Like we used to meet strangers in cars, and they could have done a lot more to us than my prop lost.
Yeah. I mean, I still meet some strangers in cars, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. You never know. You gotta you keep your phone on, you let people know where you're going. That's just the
Oh,
standard.
you see
Cam.
the new guy. Guys are stealing taxis, and then you hear that one, Rob? That's a nice little scam. Yeah, here's my information. Thanks. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Can you please let me out?
I didn't realize that Rob was running that Dirk Diggler scam from the end of Boogie Nights. Getting into cars with everyone.
Yeah. Anyway, Pat, the gambling world's changed, and a lot of it's for the worst. Just call it out for what it is.
There is a reason that in his regular life that we do call Rob plus 13 Rob. So that's the way that we're going to go with that. Anyway, my silver pick.
Well played. He went into the interrogation room and basically tore me a new one there.
This would be me in the court of law, right? Like if I have someone under cross-examination,
Yep.
I'm just asking them questions, getting them to spill the beans, and then boom, catch them in the lie.
Yeah. I don't
See you
double
later.
down on bad answers, so I admit you got me. Carolina plus 3 looks like, 3 meows, 3 growls, 3 whatever. You're getting 3. You're not giving 3. You're getting 3.
Can you do a Columbo glass eye? Like, can you do that impression? I think I might be able to. I think I might be able to do
I
it.
hope you can.
I'm going to give this a try here.
Yeah.
That's my Peter Falk impression.
That's
pretty good.
fantastic,
That's
Pat.
really
My
good, yeah.
mom's old boyfriend, he was golfing. And he actually got a guy came back. They were wasted and took it back. And the guy lost his eye on the tee block.
Oh, Jesus.
When my mom was one of her, when my mom was 18 years old, her boyfriend, lost his eye when they were all just that's the thing. So when you're golfing, be careful, especially when you're drinking. Don't get too close to the guy winding it up. So marijuana is a lot like coffee. You need that first cup in the morning. Pizzola, by the way, I got a new Nespresso, like the new one, the virtual with the big pods that look like dome stadiums. Man, the whole cup gets filled now.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
What a brilliant crema at the top. I don't even work for this company. Let me tell you, it's a game changer. I had a regular cup of coffee the other day and it tasted like piss. I can't even drink like regular coffee from an establishment anymore. Even Starbucks, this thing kills it, man. It murders it. Nespresso minus 13.5. They'll cover every week. Yeah, you take Nespresso against the Steelers, they'll cover the number.
We have a Nespresso machine at the Bet Stamp office, but sometimes I put the wrong the mug size is very important.
That's
Sometimes
the
you
thing.
screw it up and it overflows.
You gotta learn.
You got to really learn the
Pizzola,
lesson.
here's a tip. Always make it bigger, like your Muldoon's mug. Then you can put it into a smaller one because sometimes you hit the button a couple times. It gives you the full cup. Or you can go for the Italian style if you want a quick shooter, like the heroin buzz. Anyway, I've never done heroin before, but I'm just saying that real, whoa, I'm awake in the morning when you need to get things done type of vibe.
I think heroin works. I think heroin works the other way, Cam. I think you're thinking of.
Doesn't it put you
it chills you out. Yeah, sorry.
a downer,
Anyway,
right?
So speed. It's more
Speed,
like
it's speed, yeah.
the Italian speed when you just the quick little in those little mini cups when I go to Woodbridge. I also burn candle wax from other
Great
candles to put in holes in other candles to make them last longer. But that's another trick that people.
So you
don't
like
know
to
about.
even out your candles.
Yes,
basically.
yeah. Like when they're going down and you get that divot, I'll light up the other one, create a pool, put it in that pool. It makes your candles last longer.
I'm not a big.
Anyway,
I'm not a big candle guy.
I am because my house probably reeks of because I'm sitting in the same chair. You know what I mean? And my chick can't deal with this Arm & Hammer Pet Fresh. I think she's allergic to it. So I like candles.
Are they the
By the
scented
way,
ones?
this stuff is dangerous. If you
Scented
inhale
candles
this
are not
stuff-
healthy though. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
with the
and
scented
I'm sure
candles.
Arm & Hammer, OxyClean, Pet Fresh carpet odor vaporizer vacuum boost is a real healthy product too. This powder.
Probably not.
Anyway, whatever. Candles are great, and you're never going to tell me I can't use candles. I love it.
I'd never tell you can't do anything.
They're great
You
for
do- you
ambiance. Don't you like sitting at night with candles on and watch it? I like it. That's what I do sometimes. I just turn off the lights and put on the candles.
I personally do not, but to each their own. And if candles are your thing, then go
Yeah,
for
I haven't
it,
had a
man.
bath in a long time, but candles in a bath seems like a pretty relaxing thing to do.
I mean,
I don't want to stop you from using candles. I actually don't even think negatively of it. I'm just not personally someone that likes.
I like the house smelling like a nice
Understood.
vanilla candle. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Oh, we actually have a category in here. It's a classic cuss curse and which one is the biggest, pitting them all against each other. It's like a bracket of sorts. There is one in here that Tim called Rick Moranis, quote, a top tier influencer, when no one had heard of Rick Moranis in 20 years. And then he got assaulted a week later.
Yeah, I remember that. He got beat up in New York.
Crazy. Are you?
Yeah, he just got sucker punched by some guy.
By who? Like who sucker
honestly,
punches Rick Moranis?
Exactly. You got to be a real scumbag to put sucker
I
punch.
agree.
Rick
If you punch
Moranis.
anybody from the SCTV cast, I'll punch you.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You're going to live life. You're going to bet on this stuff. You're going to spend money on stupid things anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like my girlfriend and I'm not sure if I've talked about this on the show, like late night infomercial products like the Chillo. I go, wow, I'm a real hot sleeper. So this thing looks great. It's going to keep me cold. Next thing you know, I put my neck in, the thing's got a hole in it, and I got a water bed. Water all over the sheets everywhere. I go, this product sucks. You put it in the fridge, you get cool. Next thing you know, man, like honest to God, I've seen alien tape. I've seen, great looking hair for people who got problems up top, the spray paint in a can for your hair. I've never, ever, ever seen a worser product than the Chillo. It was awful. Never. But now they have beds, right, Rob, with coils and mist, and it's going to help you in this condition. Keep you cool in the summer, get you hot in the winter. Anyway, yeah, I've been burned by those late night infomercials. Like, I actually buy that stuff. So, you know what? Just lose money sports betting. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, he could come on the show. I'll just tell him Flex Seal's it's a bullshit. Like that product. Like I've never tried the tape nor the paste, but I got the spray, and I was trying to I had a little hole in the sink, a little small leak. Does not work. Started off great, keeps on leaking, goes to the back, and it smells. So F-.
Well, before we jump into the picks, I need to let you know about the new presenting sponsor of the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Flex Seal. Oh, Cam.
Oh no! I'll try the tape. I'll try the tape and the paste. But I'll tell you, the spray, it's just, that stuff's really dangerous too. Hey, drug addicts, if you really want to get high, Flex Seal, it'll do you better than a can of spray paint. I can tell you that. This stuff's lethal. It reeks.
Almost as dangerous as eating popcorn before bed.
Oh, way more dangerous, Pizzola. Way more dangerous.
I thought thousands of people a year, though, die of popcorn before bed. How many?
Flex Seal, the silent killer. That's the thing you don't know when it gets in your lungs, and then you got a real problem. It's like asbestos.
Line shopping is one of the best tools available to you in general. I mentioned this to Pat when we did our preview show, but if you walk into a grocery store, you had 5 bags of potato chips. They're all the exact same bag, but one of them is a quarter cheaper. You're always going to get the one that's cheaper, and you should apply that same logic to sports betting as well. It's going to save you money in the long run. I mean, it's just common sense.
I don't apply it to potato chips. I apply it to quality cuts of meat and seafood. If you're getting a bag of scallops for $19.99 and the other one's $24.99, obviously same company. What am I, a stooge? I'm not going to give the company free money. I agree with you 100%.
Cam, what are the products that you can't cheap out on though?
Oh, for me, toilet paper, because I got a real, I drink and eat poorly sometimes. I like chicken wings. So 2-ply toilet paper, if they're giving it away, I won't take it. For me, hamburgers. Like I won't buy like a low grade company's hamburgers, the one that look like they're worms in the patties. Like I want like a real hamburger from a reputable company, like a Schneider, something that I know I could trust. Like we're meat there. Seafood, don't go to like the dollar store. Like don't be buying sardines and tuna fish and stuff like that. I learned my lesson the hard way, Pat. I got some ramen noodles from Dollarama, and I don't know what they put in the powder. It was just an absolute a fight in my gut the whole day. I was raging. I guess eating buttered chicken after that probably wasn't a smart move. And I didn't tell you guys this one, the best. So I'm going into my, I actually ate healthy. I made a steak and I chopped up potatoes in my air fryer and everything was going great. I go, you know what? I'm going to make a cheese sauce for my broccoli. I'm actually going to have a vegetable, right? Pizzola, you're proud of me. So I go in my house, the cheese whiz, I eat it. I'm like, God, the expiry date, it was not 2 months. It was 2 years off. I got through it, but I'll tell you, that cheese whiz, they can take that stuff into space. Like I didn't even have food poisoning. I had a little bit of a stomach ache, but it was literally 2 months past the expiry date. It tasted fine.
I love how you think I would be proud of you for making broccoli with cheese whiz. Pizzola, you'd be proud of me for this one. Yeah, I used probably 2-year-old expired cheese whiz on my broccoli.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I think that's our survivor pick, guys. What do you think?
Let's go Buffalo, Rob.
Yes. RESPECT. A Jim Kelly pass to Andre. With every $100 purchase at Hot Friendly Markets, you will receive a Bruce Smith Leader of the Sack poster. Come on, cheer on your hometown team, Buffalo.
I like the idea of having like the 1960s computer sound to go along with it too. It's like
Thank you, Pat.
It's like you're in the cockpit in Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah. I agree, and I also want the machine to spit out like a paper receipt, and Rob goes through it, scrolling. Yes,
It's not environmentally friendly to keep.
I couldn't
that.
give a rat's ass about environmentally friendly. I just got the recycling picked up today. The guy's mixing recycling and garbage.
I know,
buddy.
they don't.
It all
they
goes
don't
to
care.
the same.
It's
place.
actually very sad.
So don't give me a speech about recycling. And you know what? My dad is the king recycling. He was composting before it even existed. And I'm trying to say, listen, it goes to the same place. Watch a documentary. You know what? We try to do the right thing. Some lady gives me cut eye in the store because I'm buying plastic bottles. Screw off. I got a sleep machine. What do you want me to do with a glass? Pour it all over my face? That's why I buy bottles, because they have a little top, you jerk. Use your head.
You could reuse one plastic bottle instead
But
of buying.
No, it's not the same. You need the freshness from the crispness of the water. You know what? I'm not going to give anybody making me feel bad about buying bottled water. F off.
I have toothpicks at my desk because it's just easy at my like.
Yeah,
I'm
but it's not.
flossing
But it's not easy though, because you might feel like you get some of it out, but all toothpicks do is both puncture your gums and just compress the stuff that's in your teeth, so you just don't notice it anymore. You're not actually getting it all out.
Yeah, it's a
That's
real problem.
fascinating.
I got a real problem with back molars these days. And when you're sleep, there's nothing worse too, Pat. It's dangerous when you sleep too, with that meat and that stuff lingering in your back molars. Like, you're moving around. Like, no, people don't understand. There's a lot of things that can kill you. And I'm not talking about knives. I'm talking about food in the back of your teeth. And I found another dangerous food that we need to talk about: popcorn. Popcorn is so dangerous. It gets caught on the top of your tongue. Like, that's why they don't serve grilled cheese in senior homes. It could kill you because you get, like, they don't serve it because it's very dangerous. It's hard to swallow. Popcorn is the worst. It is we're going to have a whole episode about this. I want to tell everybody I'm going to rank dangerous foods, and popcorn is a lot higher than you think. I almost choked to death on popcorn. It is so dangerous.
That's a good tease for an upcoming show. Bet stamp.
It's true though.
I'm not going to go through the
I'm not
studies.
sure
and
how
look
this
into this.
exactly.
I
don't know who wrote this study for this guy. It could
Yeah.
be some guy in the street. I went to University of San Diego.
You know
But
what? I'm
anyway.
doing my own research on the internet. Okay, guys. After you told me you weren't a doctor, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Exactly. Sorry, I lied to you guys.
First off, it's going to be headaches from floss. Next week,
Yeah.
Rob, you're going to find me at a JFK Jr. rally waiting for him to come back.
Nice.
Silver pick, Cam. Can you tell people about, like, the best sort of acid reflux pills, Cam? Because I would say, like, Tums helps me if I ever have it. But you say
Tums is amateur. Like, for me, Tums is like kindergarten antacids. Like, I'll take a Tums and it won't even matter. I'm on some powerful stuff right now. If you want, the problem is they had a recall with Zantac back in the day. I know they have a new formula now, and there's a new Zantac lady out there. That was the best for me. Like, I take a Zantac. I don't even need the 150. The 75 usually did the job. If you're really beat down, like too much hot sauce on wings, the 150 is good. Zantac's good. One that lasts over time, Prilosec OTC is a strong antacid. For me, Pat, Rolaids and Tums are basically children's play for me. Like, I need something like upper level major league stuff, but Zantac was the one that works. And I will say this, for one that you can get over the counter, Gaviscon liquid is very, very good too. It comes in fruit flavor, man. I like the butterscotch or regular. That's the way I would roll with Gaviscon.
Growing up in an Italian household, you have one option, and it's called Brioschi.
Yeah, or Campari.
Yeah, well, Campari is an alcoholic beverage.
It's the same, but it's got the
aperitif.
mints in it that makes your stomach feel great when you pigged out, right?
Yeah,
It's
Brioschi is like this big blue bottle, and it's just basically looks like white worms in the bottle. It's fantastic. Like, you just put it in your water, it dissolves, and
You send me a case. I'd like to try.
You could find it. You could literally find it at any grocery store.
I didn't know.
You like walk past it all the time because there's better options, like all the ones that you just listed out.
Yeah.
But that was.
I like the bitters, Pizzola. It's good after a big meal. Yeah, after after I eat the charcuterie with the board, I'll get some of that stuff. Yeah.
Well, let's get back to football, I suppose.
What the hell just happened here? Have we done bronze picks yet? I wouldn't stop. Like, I go to a party, I'd see those sausages and cheese out there, just take the whole block. But yeah, I'm trying to get foliage as part of my main diet. It sucks.
As someone who tries to eat healthy most of the time, that is a kryptonite. What you just pointed out, Cam. Just going to a party and seeing, like, the meat tray or the cheese tray with the crackers.
That's why I'm glad it's COVID. I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore.
COVID is working in your favor, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I used to go to Christmas parties, and your friends that actually have money, who actually are good hosts, like, they'll leave that stuff out there, and the exotic cheeses and oh God, man, those meat trays and seafood. Like I can eat a shrimp ring. Just I'm like Friar Tuck and Rocket Robin Hood, Pat. Like a bite, just keep on going wild. Pizzola knows. He's seen me in my prime. Like it's disgusting.
There's going to be like an article. It's breaking news. Canadian media personality wants COVID to last longer so that he doesn't have to go out and hit charcuterie boards. Like.
One man says that COVID better for health.
Yeah, well, for mine it is, but anyway, I don't want to say crazy things, but it's kind of true actually. Anyway,
well, you know what, Cam? I think you're lining up for a guest spot on like Newsmax coming up. Like you're like, here's the guy.
I want this COVID thing to be permanent.
No, it's the one good thing. Like just around this time of the season, not seeing people is a good thing because, like, you know what I mean, like. Somebody have like a bowl full of chocolates and I can't do that stuff anymore. Right. So it's kind of nice that I'm just going to cook a bird. Pizzola, you'd be proud of me. I actually had yesterday a lean chicken, butternut squash, because the vegetables, like I'm on the can all day, but I'm cleaning myself out.
And now these guys on offense who couldn't get the ball from numbnuts because he's sleeping with people's wives, are happy to get the ball.
Sleeping with their moms.
Yeah, sorry, moms. Yeah, that's the Wilson likes it. Yeah, that's the way he rolls. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever floats your boat. Bottom line is Magic Mike. He's you know what? He's on stage too. He's the marquee and he's doing well. Bam, bam, bam. Wilson, everybody. You see the way everybody got a piece of the pie. Not like that greedy guy at Thanksgiving, usually me who has too many plates. He's spreading it around. Right, Pizzola? Well, when you make that beautiful Italian lasagna, I want the whole thing. But you know what, Cam? You got to be a good guy. Give Pizzola a slice, give Mayo a slice. Everybody, let's share. And that's good news for business. That pumps up the defense. I know football is a numbers game, but it's also we're humans who play this game. I think the Jets are happy to have White in. Wilson was a clown. Guy yelled at people. He's a kid. Dude, you haven't been in the league long enough to have those opinions, so shut up. Mike White is basically a decent quarterback from Western Kentucky who can light it up at times. He's going to make mistakes. Trust me. He'll throw some picks, but he also do some damn good things. As for Wilson, they couldn't move forward with this guy. Jets got a great D. I love Rob's pick. You're giving me 3. I think the Jets can win outright.
There's nothing worse than the Thanksgiving line where like you're at the back, the buffet line, and you just get to like the empty mashed potatoes ahead, and then you look around and there's some asshole that's got like a mound of it on his entire
it's like
plate.
It's like me and Visine Vince when we go to the Asian buffet and some guy's like putting crab legs down his pants. It's like, dude, like they might not come back. That's the thing. Like this is why we came for the crab legs. I saw 2 guys kill each other. Honestly, if I was in a bad mood that day, I would have started a fight. You can't like just bring hordes of bags and steal crab legs when we're going to a buffet for the crab legs, you jerk. Anyway, Rob, I'm a lot of things and I love food, but I wouldn't do that to people at the buffet. No, I would leave some good stuff because I know what it feels like. If you're going to take my like scallops and like the good stuff, the crab, the lobster, whatever, I got a real problem with you. I'd like to thank every single person in the Lions organization for helping me financially be able to get better groceries at the grocery store and buy my girlfriend better Christmas gifts.
And now you can turn up your air too and get more air filter. You can pay for the air filter.
She likes it cold.
She likes it like frozen tundra. Like it's like you guys are sleeping in Lambeau Field, basically, with the temperatures.
It's nice when you have big mugs of vodka in a sweatshirt.
No, I get that. But you can just put that in the fridge or the freezer, right? Like you don't have to just put that in your apartment or your condo. But what are you saving all this ice for? Like the pandemic comes, people are stocking up on canned goods and toilet paper, and you're stocking up on ice.
You know what, Rob?
Like, what are you going to do with all this ice?
You don't understand. Like when I drink a vodka and stuff, I like ice full. Like I don't like 1 cube. I want ice. I don't know why this is my thing. I just like a goblet filled with ice. Even a nice red wine. I found a Malbec the other day with low sugar. Nice little chunk of ice in there.
Ice in the wine. Just chill it before. You're gonna water down the wine.
You don't understand, man. It's a $9 bottle. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like a $20 bottle. Like if I get like something like above Wolf Blast.
You called it a nice Malbec. That's what you're. A nice
I couldn't believe
Malbec.
it, Rob. It's actually a great wine. It was weird. It was from Argentina too. And I'm like, wow, Argentina went to the finals of the World Cup. It's like a sign. I'm seeing all sorts of Argentinian things lately. Screw it. You guys want my bronze pick and I'm going to give it to you. And it's going to be stupider than stupider and opposite to what I usually do.
And then all you can make as much ice as you want for as long as you want. And you don't have to store this all in the freezer. You just click the button, switch it from water to ice, and boom, you can go to town anytime you want.
I got it. Okay. Just because I put an ice cube in my red wine doesn't mean I'm a stooge. Okay. It's a bad bottle. It's 10. Like, I get it, Rob. If I go and get like a $25, $30 bottle, I'm not screwing it up with ice. I'm saying it just cuts it a little bit. You know what I mean? You're like crisp, clean.
So you're the guy
Don't
putting
worry about
like, so your version of like baby laxative and cocaine is ice and red wine?
Either or. Sure, Pat, whatever you want to do. Like, you know, and another thing is another tip for everybody out there. It's kind of gross, but when you have a real loser beer, just a dash of salt will give it that foam back. You don't want to be drinking a salt shaker, but just it gives it that bang, the foam. Another thing, if you want to bet ice cubes minus 16.5, ice cube trays take the over. I got them everywhere. But the thing is,
You told us that you got rid of ice cream. You're
right, though,
picking
Pat.
bowls of ice.
You're right. But I have them still. I'm not going to say I don't fill them up. I have a freezer downstairs or whatever, but in my big freezer upstairs, when like I know my buddy Forbes or my girlfriend, like big people are coming over, that's when I do the Super Bowl, crack, 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 crack. But I always have a backup plan there, and they just stay there in the trays. I prefer the bowl and the pickaxe rather than the trays, but I've invested in, like, I got 1 million trays of ice too. And know what you do? You just crack out the cubes and put them in a Ziploc, and then you got like 4 or 5 Ziplocs in your bottom freezer.
You know what, Cam? I love you as a brother. And actually, last night, I was thinking about you in the middle of the night. This is not a sick, perverse conversation.
Here we go.
Here. But
Yeah.
I was feeling horrible yesterday. I was like, had the flu or something like that. Horrible day. Couldn't stomach any food. Seriously.
Yes.
After the football game's over last night, I finally have an appetite back. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make some popcorn, something easy to eat, whatever. Yes. Ate some popcorn on the couch. I was watching like some Survivor reruns, whatever. Passed out on the couch. Completely passed out.
That's a dangerous move.
I woke up in the middle of the night, and first thing I thought, like, you know, Cam warned me last week, the most dangerous food on the planet is popcorn. I could have died in my sleep here.
People don't get it, man. Those kernels, like, and that's the thing. Like that's the thing. Never fall asleep with it too. But usually, who eats popcorn early in the day too? It's a late night snack, right? You're with your lady watching a movie, or you're doing something. You know you're hungry. It's either, for me, you pop in some toast or you eat popcorn. Like, I'm not going to make a gourmet meal at 3 o'clock in the morning when hunger hits, right? And sometimes cereal doesn't cut it. I'm with you, Pizzola. I'm telling you, people don't know. I don't know how you want me to do this, Pat. I have rankings, maybe like top gold, silver, bronze, dangerous cereals. We could do other foods or whatever, but that's the thing. People don't understand. I warn you, just like Pizzola said, popcorn, the skin comes off. If you got a dry mouth or you're feeling sick, it gets stuck in your throat and larynx, and you're playing with fire. Good luck to you. I'm just warning you. It's very, 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 you're walking a very thin tightrope with popcorn.
What do we think is, if I set the over-under at 0.5 of the amount of people who've died from eating popcorn in the last 365 days that were not allergic to the corn in some way? You think it's like actually believe this is a choking hazard?
Seniors, and I know this, people are like, where's Cam? No, seniors don't serve grilled cheese because the cheese sticks to the top of their throat and they die. You're telling me that a senior doesn't skip out one day, go to the casino, go hit a movie like the old times, like I'm sick and tired of being on? I'm telling you, I guarantee popcorn has killed way more than 0.5 people. I'm thinking the line should be 4.5, maybe more. Like, I'd like to know. Popcorn, yes.
I'd like to know too. I'd like to.
Okay, well, I don't know how we're going to find out, but I can tell you, people choke on a lot of different things. Popcorn has caused a death before. Guarantee. I just called it dangerous. I didn't say it's going to kill you. I'm just saying you're going to be like, you had problems. You had to get it out of your mouth. It's not a fun situation. That's all I'm saying.
But what are the other dangers? Like, if you're going to call it dangerous and it's not going to kill you.
It's just dangerous because it sticks to the top of your throat. Okay, you know what?
But what's the danger of that?
I'll just give you my gold, silver, and bronze cereals. Okay. Bronze, Captain Crunch. You got to soak it first or else it's going to cut your gums. Okay, I'm not going to say it's going to kill you, but if you like red milk, that's your thing. 2, shredded wheat, the ones that come in the pack. The wheat is so dry, even if you soak it with milk, it's just like popcorn. It'll get stuck at the top, at the bottom, on your tongue, and you have problems breathing. And number 1 is a bit of a shocker, but Vector. Vector is a thicker flake, and I'm telling you, I've ate it before. The milk does not crush it down like cornflakes and everything else. It's got little nuggets of something in there too. That stuff will just, oh my God, Vector's way worse than popcorn. I've had so much Vector in my throat. Like, I love Vector too. It's a good, healthy cereal, but it's a very dangerous one. Captain Crunch shredded wheat Vector, gold, silver, bronze. There you go.
I would put Captain Crunch as the gold personally, based off experience, because it's basically like eating razor blades when you eat Captain Crunch.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's sharp. It's very sharp. You gotta soak it.
I haven't experienced the red milk personally. That's like a lot of bleeding gums, but I've had some Captain Crunch where I'm like,
you're bleeding in your mouth.
Yeah, you can taste a little bit of it's not good. Yeah.
No, it's not iron.
I like Captain Crunch as a cereal.
I do too. Like, Crunch Berries I like Crunch Berries too. I like all Captain Crunch products.
If I could get that flavor in a different form, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'd be really happy.
Instead of in a Shreddies form or something, instead of like a little like sharp nugget. Yeah, I don't understand. It's that corn fusion that they have with that. It's just not regular. Yeah, you got to really soak it.
I feel like Pat? There's a lawsuit coming one day. There might be a lawsuit.
Do you feel the same about these cereals?
I don't really. I so rarely eat cereals that just whatever my kids have around, I'll finish that off if they don't finish it. That's the extent of my cereal
usually
experience.
Soaked by milk because you're getting the leftovers.
It's very soggy at that point. So I tried to research here. You know, I was doing my own research on the internet, and I tried to find out about popcorn death. So I typed in, death, how many people die of popcorn per year, and one article came up called "Popcorn: Lies, Damn Lies, and More False Information." So I clicked on it. I was like, okay, maybe we got some stuff in here. And when you click on a website and then like the pop-up will come up like, join this newsletter, turn off your ad block or whatever. This one just popped up. So I've left it up here. It just says, tired of woke and fake news? Learn the facts about Wuhan, vaccine, population control, and climate change. Get the facts. I don't know if I want to trust this one, man. I'm not going to lie.
I agree, but don't worry. Yeah, and they'll have a story saying nobody's ever died of popcorn, sponsored by Orville Rettenbacher Corporation or whatever, or Jiffy Pop. I'm telling you, somebody in the world has died from popcorn getting caught in their throat before. We'll find it. Pizzola, do the research and come back. And
listen,
tell me.
I have a lot of things to do over the course of the week. I'm probably not going to spend my time going like. I'm interested in it. If someone out there can do it and drop it in like the comments, I'll read it because I'm interested in that type of stuff. But I'm not going to spend like half an hour.
No, I get it. That's fine. That's
new Dream Theater album is out today. That's what I got to
preoccupy. Oh, here we go. Okay, Pizzola, pick up the guitar and start shredding. Here we go. This guy.
Basically a diarrhea season for the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, what if it's tied in the fourth quarter? They take all the players off the field and it's a head coaching modeling contest. Then I think I'm in the good with Cliff Kingsbury.
If it was a modeling contest, yes, would be one of the more attractive NFL head coaches, I would say.
Oh, and the opposite, Bill Belichick's son looks like he woke up and did about 30 lines of crack. Like, this guy's unbelievable. Like, I'm looking at this guy going, he's a coach. Like, I look at him, I go, wow, I've seen that guy in the alleyway. It pains me to do this. I'm going against a cat.
Ooh.
I'm going against a team. I'm going on a team that I loathe, despise. I want the New England Patriots plus 3.5 as my gold pick. Not screwing around. Tampa Bay was beating the Bengals for a while. They just fell off the radar because Brady's a stick. Like, he can't move, and they just had a bad game plan. Cincinnati's great. Trust me. I love this team, but this is a good spot for New England. After that embarrassing loss, all the other stuff that happened in that game, sometimes I just look at lines and go, okay, Cincinnati 3.5, sure. No, I think if they lose, it'll be in a heartbreaking fashion. Asking the Bengals to win by 4 is a lot. I will sprinkle on the money line with New England. I don't even like this team. I think Mac Jones is a fucking idiot. I'd actually like to kick him in the nuts. Guy's a fucking jerk. He is. The way he talks, hey, hold these nuts. You know what? Hold these nuts, dick. As Chandler Jones pushes you into next week, you fuck. And I got to tell you, Pat, I'm on top of these things. Like my murder mysteries. Detroit did one of the craziest things last week. Dan Campbell kicked a field goal with like 2 minutes left. This is a guy that's going from his own 30 in these games. It was so against them. All of a sudden, I'm starting to think, what is Detroit up to? Are you now like finally packing it in and saying, it's been a good run? It was very weird. You saw Pizzola. They could have won that game against the Falcons. Weird stuff happened at the end of that game. I'm not saying Pat Seattle wins by 7. Something smells in this game, and it's that line. I want to take Detroit so bad. Like, it's so bad I could taste it, but there's a problem there. They hang a 7. It's weird. Don't you? Pizzola, do you agree with me on that one? I know you think I'm crazy, but I'm not.
I love when I tuned into Sunday Night Football, I didn't hear too much about it.
Tony Dungy's Christmas was ruined with all the fourth down conversions. Tony Dungy, Terry Bradshaw, all these guys are like, oh, what are we going to talk about?
So you're comparing me to a dinosaur. I'm fine with that. The difference is,
Cam, what is one of your favorite bands?
What?
Your favorite?
You're the best, Pizzola. I actually love it because we're so like, I love you, man. No, I really do.
Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah, what's wrong with them? They're all those bands from the '90s. They're better. Like,
no. We're not having this conversation
I'm not going to get into Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Mudhoney, all those. Whatever. I don't want to talk about '90s indie rock right now.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you this.
Jeff, as Cam, have fun with this one. Although, you know what, Jeff? I see you trying to take this like potentially fake half point here.
Could I do like I think I know what this is. Could I do a Cam impression of how I think he would deliver this pick?
All right,
it could be horrible.
I like this pick too, by the way.
Okay. So this is the Titans, right? The fake half point is going to 7. Okay. That's the classic Cam, by the way. He's always going to get the number that doesn't exist. All right.
No, I actually went and looked at the site that I'm pretty sure the Cam uses, and it was +7 this morning.
Okay, fair enough. Like he has good intentions. Let's leave it at that. But he would roll it out like this. He'd be like, you know me, Pizzola. I'm a sucker for these big dogs. I can't pass up the Titans. Roar, roar, Titans +7. I'm going to tell you about my week, Pizzola. Billy the doorman called me. He told me the Pats are winning the Super Bowl this year. I went to the local Indian food store. Very nice lady working there. Even she's telling me Bill Belichick is the coach of the year. You know this, Pizzola. You know this. When everybody zigs, sometimes you have to zag. The odds makers, they could have made this spread 7.5, and everyone would be betting the Patriots. So you got to wonder if they know something, because they set this spread to 6.5 or 7. They let everybody take that bait. Oh, fishing, taking that bait, and everyone's going to take the bait on the New England Patriots. I'm not taking the bait. Tennessee Titans +7.
That's pretty good. Did you know that today, November 26th, 2021, I know that Jeff knows this, I don't know if the viewers know this, is the International Association of People Who Dine Over the Kitchen Sink. It's Sinky Day. This is a real thing, Pizzola, that we found. We entered this world after Cuss said this, and this is all real stuff.
But there's like nowadays, there's a day of the year for everything, right? Like I see this on Twitter all the time. There's always like some trending hashtag, like, I don't know. I can't even think of something stupid off the spot right now, but like there's stuff like this that happens on a regular basis. So it could be like 5 people in the world that do this, and it becomes a thing just because of the access to internet and social media now. I'm still not believing that this is a real thing, that a large majority of people do.
I'm still of the belief most people inferred like meal as like snacking or something. I polished a bag of chips over the sink. I've eaten a pastry like over the garbage like quickly. But Tim literally explained eating, and this is gross to begin with, but how he would eat like full on like hungry man meals over the sink. Like, how do you even balance that?
I don't know. Like maybe he does that because the hungry man's come in like that container where like you can spill easily, right? You know what I'm getting at?
But it's in like a container like my kids' plates are divided up, Pizzola.
If I cooked a grilled cheese sandwich in front of my parents with using olive oil in the pan, they would look at me with so much confusion, even though they only cook with olive oil. Like that's how weird this is. I really have to point out how weird this is. And there's like 5% of the people on that vote use olive oil. Who are these people? But there'll probably be like a day in a couple weeks where it's, National Cook Your Grilled Cheese with Olive Oil Day, and these people will come together and celebrate. This is not a joke. I've been very cautious with quarterbacks that are unvaccinated this year and betting them early in the week.
Well, look at Lamar, Pizzola. He got COVID twice. He's like, enough is enough. I got to get my shot, right? Like,
I'm not here to rip.
I'm not a doctor either.
I'm vaccinated.
Hold on. Cam, you're not a doctor?
No.
He's obviously not a doctor. He's in the army. Look at that haircut.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to UFC 396. I'm Brock Lesnar's twin brother. Wrong password. I write everything down now. So it's not Paul's fault. Like, life, make things easier. And when you have recovery, sometimes you go to the phone and they give you a code, but but you're also in a different app and you're doing this and you're doing that and and the timer runs out. Like there's a lot of pressure. It's almost like defusing a bomb, and I don't like it at all.
What is happening here? It's the easiest process
ever.
No, it's
not easy.
They send you a text message with a six-digit code.
It's not easy. It's not easy. No. Yeah, they send you a text message, but you still got to do all the other stuff. Oh,
yeah, you got to type in the 6-digit code. You got to look at your phone. You got to open up the text, type the 6 digits into the computer, and hit enter. That's the whole process.
No, but there's other things that are going. Pat, please defend me on this one. It's not that simple. It's not.
You click forgot password. They say, all right, we're going to send you an email or we're going to send you a text with a temporary code. You either open up your email or you open up the text.
I know, Rob. I'm just saying it's not that simple when you're going back and forth. And sometimes they give you a quick timer and you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that and you can't get it in. Anyway, I'm done with exclamation points. I'm done with uppercase, lowercase. Shut up. Okay? Shut up. I'm so done with the security in today's age. It sucks. I'm on Shag's side. I think it's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. I honest to God, Rob, I don't even know what the hell's going on with these passwords. You know what it is? Okay, I'll use an example. I'm just going to quickly use an example.
Don't say your password.
Don't say your password.
Don't say your
password out loud.
No, I'm never going to do that, buddy. I already got. I don't know how Instacart or whatever got my stuff, and some idiots buying dildos on some site, and they're like, hey, Mr. Stewart, extra visa. You know what the problem was?
Let's bring him in right now. The panel for this, Cam Stewart from sportsgrid.com, and a very special guest. It is Sean Patrick Flannery from the movie Powder joining us as well.
Guys, I wish I could figure out. I've tried so many different ways to figure out the lighting here. I got these blackout blinds because the first week it was like Two-Face going on.
Why don't you check your mic settings there, pal? I think you're off your computer. You log in and switch that over to the actual microphone that's in front of you.
Guys got lots of stats. You get an F for your tech.
How are we doing now?
There we go, Rob.
Pat, do I still sound okay? I just realized I'm not wearing a mic.
Yeah, no, you sounded like Rob did before, but we let it go.
I'm so sorry, man. I just did a show last night and
that's it, right. It's okay. You can take your shirt off too if you want to.
Not yet. Maybe later on in the season. We'll see how things go.
All right. Well, Rob,
but I don't know where my mic is.
It's fine. You sound fine. Listen, Cam.
No, pound it. Oh no. This is, you want it to sound good. We give Rob shots. And you know what, Rob, you could take one at me for being an absolute earbox, as Richard Garner used to say, stooge.
I feel like it's deserved because I joined this morning on the Zoom call and you were, patting yourself. Oh, Pizzola, you don't know technology and this and that. And I got my perfect setup. I zoomed in on my screen.
I just didn't realize my mic fell off and went through my shirt. Like, okay, but yes. No, I attacked you, and that's the karma I get. I should just be a nice guy.
I'm just happy you're alive this week, Cam, and you wore blacks to not affect the Bloods and the Crips or anything like that. So good call on your part. It worked out.
I went to Joe's Liquor in like a very dangerous area, but it worked out. Like this guy came in with a bandana over his mouth. I'm like, hey, I like your beer, Delirium. Like I said, they stopped selling that stuff by my bar because like people were drinking it and like falling down. It's like basically like smoking a 20 paper. It's good beer. He's like, we had a good laugh. My doctor told me if I'm gonna have beers, drink Guinness. Like, you know what I mean? I go, the darker the better. We're having a good laugh. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, probably shouldn't have like started up a conversation like that. It wasn't like a great instinct, but the guy turned out to be cool. I guess I got lucky. Here's some more traveling tips for people too. The area of Glendale, like be careful when you're going to California. They got a lot of water issues. The over under on clogged toilets this week. I hit the over on day 3. Every single day I've had a clogged toilet. I don't understand why they don't let you use the plunger. They don't want you to touch the water. They want to bring in the guy. I like the guy. I don't want to bother him every day. I go, just leave the damn plunger. They don't. Be careful. So be careful with the toilet paper that you buy. Another thing is I bought the Northern Plush, 4-ply. But I'm telling you, this hotel paper, it's like I'm using rocks in my butt. I always make a move. Go to the store, buy a little thing of detergent. If you need to wash underwear and socks in the sink, you got that. And you got toilet paper as well. Just some great travel tips for everybody. That's what I like to do. And a bar of soap too. Hotel soap sucks. I got Dove's Men Care. It's taking care of business right now. I'm on my feet all day.
Based off of the conversations we've had over the course of this year, I'm starting to think the toilet clogging might be a Cam problem.
It's not.
Not
the guy even said
specific
it's,
to
it's
the
a city of Glendale, California problem. And Morency clogged his toilet on the first day. And trust me, he doesn't do the same things I do or eat like I do.
Well, he drinks a lot. He drinks booze. You know, you can get some. It can be problems after.
I got a lot of fiber in my diet now. That's all I'm trying to live better. But anyway, I'm just telling you tips. You got to be careful with toilet paper in hotels. The hotel's actually very nice. It's got 2 TVs in it and a lounge. I'm enjoying it.
What was that podcast called?
The Dogger Pass podcast. Do you not watch the Dogger Pass podcast, the most profitable show on the Mayo Media Network?
That sounds. I mean, I don't, but I will. I'll check it out. It sounds like Cam's dating life, actually. Dogger Pass.
That's mean, Pizzola.
That was actually stupid. And my girlfriend can beat you up, Pizzola. So
I'm not saying
if she watches this tape, like she is going to put you in a pretzel and you're not going to have any.
First of all, I have not met.
Anyway, I know you just tried to crack a joke and your joke sucked.
I thought it was pretty good. I think
it was
maybe
horrible.
I'll get some laughs.
And mean, as Patrick said, mean-spirited.
It was mean-spirited. It was mean-spirited. That's fine. I mean, it just came to me when he said Dogger Pass.
Dogger Pass. No, I have a long-term girlfriend. And by the way, as I said, I don't even like when I'm having a slump, I don't cheat on her and stuff like that. I do a lot of things in my life, but adultery is not one of them. I have a lot of other problems: greed, gluttony, everything else. Adultery. I always treat women with the utmost respect, Pizzola. So you better watch out, buddy.
I would like to meet your girlfriend and maybe do a dinner or something.
I don't know. She might put a vodka bottle through your head the way if she watches this show.
She's going to put a vodka bottle through my head.
She gets pretty angry when she drinks. But anyway, let's wrap it up here.
As Cam put it, this week is no more animal theme. We're not going to have the animals conversation again. I get it. That's over and done with. But the loser theme.
Yeah, by the way, a snake's a reptile there. Numbnuts, but continue.
They're also an animal.
That's a reptile. Is part of the animal.
Yeah, I get it, but it's anyway. We're not going down this road. Just tell me who you like.
Well, sorry, what does a snake have to do with anything?
Nothing. I was just waiting for your smart ass comment again.
You're just trying to deliver some information that I didn't know.
Just continue with the mineral pick, please.
Okay,
I'm just going to shut up.
I'm going to continue on the loser theme this week.
Yes, losers.
We've got Jets and Dolphins, who are clearly losers. I'm going to go with the Eagles, who I think are another big loser, but who are going to win at Las Vegas this week, where the money moved a little bit towards the Giants, and then everybody followed suit.
All right, silver pick, Rob. 0-6, make it 1-6.
Yeah, I mean, man, this is a rough week.
Drop the mic, baby. Sorry,
the silver picks have been horrible. They haven't even been close to covering.
Listen, I'm 1-5. I can't
talk.
His
tone right there, just the way he's. Okay, Rob, make it 1-6.
Yeah, like that's gonna make me feel a whole lot better at the end of the week.
Well, you heard everybody else's feelings, Robbie. Sometimes you got to take your own medicine, buddy. That's the way it works.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you don't care.
Picking games on a Friday.
You just want to go to the Dream Theater concert. You couldn't care less about the silver pick struggling.
They canceled the Dream Theater concert like a couple weeks ago. It was very, very depressing. Can't see concerts in Toronto right now. It's really unfortunate.
Tough breaks. Yeah, that's life. Certain type of computer, or could you do it on like a pet computer or a Tandy? Do you need like a special machine, or could you do it on a piece of shit computer?
Like, do you think this is like 1967, where you need one of those computers that fills up an entire room and it prints you off like the dot matrix paper?
No, Pat, I would actually probably think that would be the worst, having a dot matrix. Like, I'm just saying, like, what kind of do you need? What basic tools do you need to run The Sims? That's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of
Microsoft Excel is what you need. Or if you're like, that would do it for you very slowly. You can run simulations in Excel by writing a macro to do that. Or you can have knowledge of some sort of programming language like Python or R. Those are very, but in terms of your actual computer itself, I think most computers that are made nowadays would suffice. I envision you, Cam, like thinking like it's one of those old computers where you just got to go like plug things in.
No, I actually don't. Dude, it's not a fucking 1950s place where I tap in like wires. Hey, I got to call Rob. Click, click, click. Where, you got the thing and you put it in the hole and stuff. Hey, I admit, you guys are upper level with your computer simulation stuff. I have an idea. I'm just saying, I don't know. And one more question. Anyway, I can't believe I even started. Why do I do these things? Why do I fucking open these doors?
There's Cam.
Cameron.
It's connecting to his audio. Connecting to his audio. Bet you there's a button he has to press to connect to the audio.
I hope this has been recording the whole time as well.
I think so. Hold your phone horizontally.
Yes, I can. Like that.
Yeah,
right?
that works out a little bit better for us.
Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah, you got some background. I guess I can. Okay, I'll do my best I can here. Like,
is there anything like? Do you have like a book or two that you can just like put it on in front of you, like just to rest it on?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let's take a fucking box here or something like that. Yeah, a book, a box. Or that's all my Nespresso coffee. It's on the floor. Okay. No what, Pat? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hold it. I got nothing that's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to hold it. It's probably gonna hurt my arm though. But
probably your arm's gonna get really tired here in a second. I would suggest that you find something to just rest it on.
But I need something tall and oh jeez.
Well, you also want to put something in front of it, like yeah. What's the way? You kind of want to wedge it in between two things, you know?
Yeah, I know Pizzola. This is not.
How about this? How about we just? Do you have the phoner built, Paul?
No, let's do it, Pat. I don't care if my arms hurt. Let's go. This is good for me. It's a good weight training. Let's go. We'll figure it out. It's all good.
All right, let's just do it like this.
Okay, I'll hold it. Yeah, ready to go.
All right, we'll get Paul. We'll get you going here. He'll frame you up.
Actually, there. I'm just resting it. Is that okay if I look like I'm sitting down in a chair?
That's fine like that.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Just make sure you're wearing pants in case the phone falls down.
Yeah, you're right. The other way. Yeah, I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm in underwear. Don't worry, it's fine. I do underwear in all my shows, all of them. Very comfortable. Shorts. Yeah, at work. Never jeans.
We're gonna keep it like this, and we're never gonna go to the solo shot of you, Cam. Whenever you're talking, Rob and I will be on the screen at the same time too. That way, it looks seamless.
Yeah, this is good. No, I the other day, Pat, I carried like a 35 pack of water just to see if I could do it without dropping it. Like when I won the prosciutto at the Italian Stag in Woodbridge, and I did it. Like my mind, like I beat firemen and cops who are in great shape, and I'm like not in great shape. But when there's a will of a bottle of whiskey and prosciutto, I beat them because I wanted it more. It's that simple.
Now, we had to take a brief time out in between Rob talking and what we're doing now because all of Cam's power went out. However, Cam was able to get his phone to work for him. So now we have Cam via phone, but with his camera on his phone. Rob and I are stunned you figured this out.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. They sent me to a lot of different directions. I just wanted Zoom app for Android. They're like, Zoom Meet, Zoom Friends. I didn't know there was like 9 of them. Then I got the link, pasted it in, and I figured out you sent me the code, got in there, and I got to be honest with you, fooled around with it and got it done. I'm actually really proud of myself, Pat, because I'm like Homer Simpson. Why can't everything to be so hard when he's smashing like the barbecue that he couldn't build? I'm a useless person. Like I can't put cabinets, anything together. But I took a deep breath. I said, relax, and we figured this thing out.
There's Cam.
Cameron.
It's connecting to his audio. Connecting to his audio. Bet you there's a button he has to press to connect to the audio.
I hope this has been recording the whole time as well.
I think so. Hold your phone horizontally.
Yes, I can. Like that.
Yeah, right? That works out a little bit better for us.
Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah, you got some background. I guess I can. Okay, I'll do my best I can here. Like,
is there anything like? Do you have like a book or two that you can just like put it on in front of you, like just to rest it on?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let's take a fucking box here or something like that. Yeah, a book, a box. Or that's all my Nespresso coffee. It's on the floor. Okay. No what, Pat? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hold it. I got nothing that's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to hold it. It's probably gonna hurt my arm though. But
probably your arm's gonna get really tired here in a second. I would suggest that you find something to just rest it on.
But I need something tall
And oh geez.
Well, you also want to put something in front of it.
Another tip, Pat,
Okay.
just a lifestyle tip, because we like to do this on the show. It's not a lot. Invest in 2 toilet plungers, one for every bathroom that you have, because last night I almost had the biggest disaster. Pizzola, I didn't even know. I clogged it up and it kept on rising and rising. I ran like Ben Johnson up the stairs, grabbed the other one just before, right when it was crowning at the top. Oh man, it would have been a nightmare. Invest in 2.
Why? Sorry, why 2? Explain this to me. I need
Because I
for 2
clogged my
bathrooms.
toilet and the plunger was
Oh.
upstairs. You need to have one in both bathrooms in case of an emergency. When it starts to rise, I had to go up
Yeah.
the stairs, and by the time I got back, it almost was a nightmare.
I-
Logs.
I will
You get it? On a lake.
I will even throw out, you should have like a toilet brush for every room too, because you don't want to be carrying around.
Yes.
Because usually you clean all your toilets at one time, so you use the one toilet
Yes.
brush on the toilet. Then you're like, oh man, I got to go downstairs, and it's like, it has fucking toilet water all over it. It's not great
Yes,
news.
No, good call, Pat. It's like, and these are little things to invest in. I'm telling you, like $20, $5, dollar store for the brush. And if you get that really good one, the one with the super suction, it's $10, $20. Who cares? Save yourself a nightmare.
Do you not do like the Hulk Hogan courtesy flush though beforehand? Like I'm
Rob,
speaking.
you got to understand something. Sometimes it's lodged up in there and you can't see it. Of course, I'm good. I pay attention to very important things like that. And sometimes when you don't see the ball up there, and it slowly comes up, right? No, like it's just one of those things. Maybe you're right. Like I don't know, but if I do a courtesy flush, it's still, if it's clogged, it's still going to rise, right?
But what's causing the clog?
Hidden toilet paper.
So maybe like I'm speaking from.
You know what? As Paul can attest, because Paul just put one in his house. I have one in my house. Just go buy a bidet.
Yep.
I really like that too, because when you wake up and you just, you're right, and you get sweaty. Yeah,
Yep.
just open it up and blast it. Right.
There's these
yeah.
attachments you can put onto your toilet now as well and hook them up to the water line,
Yep.
where you don't
You
actually
guys got
even
a
have to buy
bidet.
a
Wow.
separate bidet. It's
Didn't
just
realize. I usually just like bend over in the shower and just steam it up, and or throw a bar of Coast. Just like, what are you going to do? Arm barn. Sorry, Patrick. Thank you. I screwed up. Yeah, arm barn, and it rhymes. It's kind of actually growing on me. But I'm sure the bull's really worried about being called the arm barn. He's worried about saving his nuts and being castrated. I don't get arm barn. Anyway, these guys they make me laugh. Like, worry about real problems, right? You're worrying about names of arm barns and bullpens.
Here are some of the PETA recommendations. Instead of kill 2 birds with 1 stone,
Yeah.
feed 2 birds with 1
See,
stone.
but that doesn't work. It doesn't work when you're trying to say, I want to feed 2 birds with 1 stone. You guys are looking at me going, what the hell are you talking about? And birds don't eat stones.
No,
Scone,
a
scone, like a
a
scone.
scone.
Oh,
You're not going to eat rocks. I'm not going to feed rocks to a bird.
with 1 scone.
Correct.
That's even. Birds don't. They're eating top baked products now. No, they eat seed bags, mixed seeds, scones. Yeah, I'm gonna bake scones for a bird. Next, what's the other stupid one? Tell me how dumb the next one is.
Well, they have take the bull by the horns. They don't want that anymore. So it's take the flower by the thorns. Who would do that? Who's going to take the flower
that sounds
by
really
thorns?
tough. I want to take the Atlanta Falcons this week, and I'm taking the flower by the thorns. They're like, Cam, are you in horticulture? Do you work for Wheel and Cullen? Like, what are you going down to the Home Depot and buying some mulch? Like, give me a break. Sarah Pizzola, that's the thing. They don't work. So you could say skin the cat. I don't care.
Well,
it's not like you're skinning any
listen,
cat.
I'm not skinny.
Unless,
I'm
I
an
don't know you
animal
very
lover.
well.
People who know me know I love animals. I
love
eat,
animals too.
At some point, it's just like the vocabulary that we've used. Are the animals finding this offensive? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I mean, if you're gonna
Peter
change,
thinks they can read animals' minds.
if you're gonna
Idiots.
change it to arm barn, why not just change it to the pitchin' kitchen, which is way better?
Yes. Oh yeah, I love
That's really
Pitchin'
good.
I love pitching kitchen.
Kitchen.
Actually, I don't even mind arm barn either. It's growing on me. That's Peter's best suggestion. No, what? Flower by the thorns is horrible. Arm barn, they're selling me. Arm barn, Pat, was it pitching kitchen?
The
Mayo.
pitchin' kitchen.
Yeah. Oh,
Live from a hotel room where the lighting is fantastic and not just sun in your face with his new fucking haircut, it is
nice lid.
Bobby Pizzas. What's going on, pal?
I'm doing well. I'm just in Cincinnati for Thursday night football this week, so I'm going to enjoy some Bengals Dolphins tonight. But
In Cincinnati. That's the last thing I would say. Pizzola, Pat, out of all the places, Cincinnati. Like, what the hell's going on here? It's amazing.
It's
Go
my home
Bengals.
away from home. I've seen a lot of Bengals games here. I'm a big fan. I hit up Cedar Point on the way home in Sandusky, Ohio. Unfortunate name, but yeah, I mean, the lighting here, I just like connected my laptop, and it's about 1,000,000 times better than I could have possibly expected it, in my own place. So maybe hotel rooms are the way I'm going to go for the future.
Cam, I don't know if you caught any of what Cust went into, but I feel like you're a man who enjoys himself potentially 2 meals at once, or at least back in the day. You're looking too slim and trim for 2 meals at once now. But Tim got triggered that on his McDonald's app it said that 2 can dine for like $15.99.
Oh yeah.
And Tim felt embarrassed, shamed, because he wanted to eat it all himself, and he didn't want to ask the drive-through people to give him the 2 for 1 for the 2 people because he was going to eat it all himself. Now, we told him, you shouldn't care about that. Eat what you want, but you never got shamed about things like that, did you?
I take pride in 2 for $9. It's a way better price point, right? Like, how do you eat? And another thing is, you're doing the 2 for $9 with 2 for $9 for breakfast. Who the hell has one sausage McMuffin? They're the size of, like, you see the way those burgers are now. Like when we were kids, the Whopper was a Whopper. The Burger King chicken sandwich is a sub. All these burgers, like chips and coffee. Remember Andy Rooney? You ever look at the coffee? Like the granules are at the half. These burgers, have you seen the size of the burgers? They're children's burgers. I never walk into McDonald's and say, can I have the regular? I always get two for $9. I get 1 sausage, then I get 1 bacon, and then I get 2 hash browns, a coffee, and a juice. That's the way I do it. It's a way better deal. Who gets 1? Like, that's for children.
I think this is a pretty easy to close and shut
I'm
case.
going to go to Black Box all day.
Yeah.
Black Box is it's adult candy. No offense. If you like Arrow, you're a kid. Like, you're under 12 years old and you don't even know what the hell's going on. Like, stay in bed. That is a wafer bar. What are you going to dip? You dip it in coffee, it disintegrates. It's wafers. Like, it's not even like a real substance bar. Snickers is good for grown people. When you're hungover, it gives you substance. It's a good, healthy, chunky bar. It's got nuts in it. That's the things I need. If you want a chocolate bar, it's got to be loaded, right? Or if you want to just go off course and, get stoned and have some snacks, I think peanut butter cups are good. But I'm taking M&Ms and the Hardy bars over the week pack. I don't mind a Twix bar, especially with a cup of coffee or tea. But Smarties, that's a kid snack. Arrow, that's a weak bar. So anyway, Coffee Crisp and was it Twix? No, Coffee Crisp and
Kit Kat,
Kit
which
Kat.
is fine.
Thank you. Are solid. Those are good. But the other 2 make the box weaker. Give me the black box. I'll lay the points.
So
I just a couple of things. Like,
hold on.
ahead,
I want to throw this to you. The only people picking the left box are people who love Coffee Crisp. That's it.
Yeah, Coffee Crisp is great. Coffee Crisp is a great bar, just in general. But I'm not picking a box of 50 where, first of all, they know that Coffee Crisp is a great bar. There's only going to be like 5 of them in that 50. There's going to be loaded with the Arrow in that 50.
Arrow and Smarties.
You
can take it in a bag and chuck it at your neighbor's door. Take them. Like, I think they're brutal.
I wouldn't eat Smarties if I had no food. Like, Smarties suck. They're horrible. I don't know what the compare the
I agree.
Smarties
suck.
M&Ms are way better than Smarties.
Me and Pizzola agree on that. What are Smarties good for? Like, if you got like a low flavor drink and coffee, just put the Smarties in and pour the coffee over it. If you want like the more chocolate in your loser drink because you didn't do the coffee properly and didn't put enough powder in there. Smarties are for children. They're not even a real chocolate bar. If you actually go to the store and look at all the bars and buy Smarties, I don't even know what kind of person you are. You're a freak.
I agree. And Smarties would never be a choice. But
Smarties are like number 89 out of 90. Like, I don't even think there's a worse chocolate bar or a chocolate product out there than Smarties.
They're the Detroit Lions of chocolate bars.
Hey.
Let's talk about this for a second.
No, let's not.
No, really quick.
I don't think people want to hear the diabetes report when we're giving football picks.
I agree.
Unless we could bet on diabetes. Actually, I got a great idea. We can bet on my numbers. Because, Pat, it's a number like 6.9 between whatever. We can do point spreads. Cam eats this. What will the number be? Actually, you know what? I got a great idea.
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually a very good idea.
I would bet on that. And I have the technology that people will be able to live stream this. Listen, we'll have better quality coverage of this than like the PGA Tour.
Yeah, like I'll prick my finger and I'll go, "What's the number?" And
you do a finger prick first. You show what you're at. You eat your meal, and then 2 hours later, we do a finger prick again, and people have to guess what you're at.
Now we're talking. We can bet on diabetes. That's making it better.
bet Miami and I didn't get the same quarterback that I bet on because of an injury.
Yeah,
early
me
in the
too,
game.
Pizzola. We're on
Like-
Miami in the Super Contest. This guy gets hurt. Like if anything went wrong last week, it went wrong. By the way, is that a pillow, like a Dr. Hull? What do you got going on in your neck there?
I was talking to Pat this morning. I've woken up very much under the weather with some neck pain. So this is like one of those heat pads. And I need it to survive today, or else I can't keep my head upright.
You're living my life, Pizzola. Just aches, pains, problems, potions, lotions, promises. I'll tell you a tip though. Heating up some stuff, like exactly like that. Like get like a blanket. I know this sounds insane, like just heat it up a little bit, like those, because electric blankets, in my opinion, even though the old ones used to catch on fire, they don't do the same thing. You got to kind of do things manually. And if you've got a throat problem, throat coat. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I don't know what the hell is in it, echinacea or
I'm using these
those don't
Cepacol.
Yeah, that Cepacol for losers.
Ginger.
You got to upgrade. It's like your antacid game. People are like, hey, Cam, how are the Tums? I'm like, buddy, I'm in the Malox League, and that's not even strong enough. Like, I need something stronger, right, Pat?
The Saints aren't favored by more than a field goal. Take them. They've covered every single time this year.
I have
Go ahead.
Sorry. I love this guy. Like, you're reading a page from my book. When I wake up and I see Tennessee in this spot, Rob, you know, every new gambler, whatever, if it loses, it loses. But they're like, oh my God, the Titans, they beat the Bills, they beat the Chiefs. Oh yeah, they go into LA, they beat the Rams. Perfect spot. Oh yeah, what? Come home, lay an egg. Are you getting my drift? I think it's like, I'm just saying that line feels like a bait line of all bait lines.
I'm just wondering why every new gambler that's looking at this line is talking like they've had a stroke.
Well, you know, Pat, when I went to Cancun and I'm sitting there at the side of the pool getting absolutely torqued, and they go, hey, there's a cannonball contest. I go, you know what? I'd be stupid not to go in it, since, you know, at the time I was even a bigger man. And after I crushed everybody at the side of the pool with the nice form, and I hear, I'm like, okay,
Christ.
bear. I'm like, you know, I want a bottle, and I'm thinking, when I woke up this week, I'm like, this is the week that the Philadelphia Eagles, after smashing the Giants, play a game where they just want to get out of Dodge, maybe win the game, but winning by more than 9. I know I like to take extravagant picks. It's funny, Pat, foreshadowing. We were going to talk about Tua's noodle arm later on in the mineral selections. But I'm going to say this. I love the Bears this week. I think this is a high-scoring affair. If you have Justin Fields props, I think he probably rushes for over 80, 90 yards in this game, maybe 100. The guy's been on fire. Listen, I know the Eagles are better. I know the Bears have issues. They got a lot of guys coming back. Rob, Pat, I'm getting 9 points in this spot. I think it's a great spot for the Chicago Bears. Philly wins by a field goal, and the Bears, I actually think, can win this game outright. They'll lose a heartbreaker. Give me the excessive points. Bears +9.
Some Succession, some Curb, maybe some Dexter if we got time later on.
Yes. That's what I like to watch. I like to watch Dexter. And I'm going to tell you something. At night, Cold Case Files and City Confidential, it's back on A&E strong.
Yeah, I always enjoy when I would be in downtown Toronto. The Grey Cup would be in Toronto. I would just see all these people who looked wildly out of. You can always tell the people because they're just doing like the head up in the air, just looking up at all the really tall buildings. And they have starters jackets repping like generic CFL brand from 1972 or something like that. It's like, what is going on here? They make leather jackets for football teams? Didn't realize that.
Jeff, I don't know if you you have any recollection of being at some random CFL party in Toronto with me. Like maybe it was at like a downtown hotel. I don't even know what this was, but I'm just recalling all these CFL fans around me for a Grey Cup weekend, and I don't even remember what it was, but it's all coming back to me now.
What's weird is I don't know whether the schedule was off, but yeah, we were out. I think it might have even been the night of Butt Fumble. It was a Thursday night Grey Cup week. I think we watched games with a lot of people from out of town with Cam, and because Grey Cup weekend, they hoard on the city, and a bunch of like fans came in, and then we went to some party, and I don't want to throw the guy under the bus here because I don't know, but is this where like Cohen would tell people?
Oh, he was a CFL offensive lineman.
People like he's a retired CFL trying to pick up women. Or even say like, yeah, I like played for the Bills a few snaps, like, and he's just some like aged late 30s. Like, yeah. What a pathetic scene. But I remember the night, Rob. I remember the night.
It's all coming back to me. I definitely recall the Big E, who gave himself the nickname the Big E, by the way, Eric Cohen, going around to some party trying to pick up chicks by telling them he was a retired CFL offensive lineman, as if this was going to be what put them over the edge. Like, oh, this guy played, like, literally made what, like 50,000. It had to have a second job, possibly. Like, no offense to CFL linemen, that's not what I'm getting at. But like if that's what your pickup line is, I think you need to take a step back and work on something new. Like, it's not going to work. But it gets to a point where the juice or the vig is steep enough that you got to say, this 20 cents is not worth it for this half point. And that would be the situation in a lot of cases here. So yeah, I think I prefer the -3, -105 right now.
Yeah, Bradley Chubb returned to practice from his injury. He also was detained for not paying his parking tickets, I believe it was, but he seems like he's going to be okay to play against the Giants here. Like you said, like I don't know how
sounds like me and Cam back in the score days.
Oh no,
with the Impark downstairs.
Oh yeah, those Impark guys. They stole my CDs too. I'm not gonna get into that. I know they broke into my Buick, and I'm gonna tell you another story, Pizzola. You're in the NFL. I don't care if you're making the NFL minimum. Like, I understand me, you, Mayo, any normal person not paying their parking tickets. Or like the guy at the New York Mets. You have a party at the owner's house. They have shuttle services, yet you decide to go home, tie on about 20. Hey, let's have some cognacs and sleep in your Toyota. Like, that's the thing. If a regular person gets a DUI and barely blows over, I'll listen to his story. But how does professional athletes and general managers of teams not hire a kid in the neighborhood and say, here's $200. You're my driver. Let's rock. Morons.
Feinberg used to tell me that you guys had like a parking trick when you worked at the Score. That
it used to work.
No, there was no part. The reality is, Impark is like this privately run company, which technically the tickets are not enforceable by law. So we used to just park for free, get a ticket every day, and then you'd build up like $5,000 worth of tickets, and you'd call Impark and you'd say like, I'm not going to pay these, but I'll give you $300. And they'd be like, deal, it's done. Send us so you end up parking for the full year for a much cheaper amount. I mean, it was not a trick. That was shout out to Derek Snyder, who I haven't heard from in a long time. But
I ran into actually funny, Pizzola. I ran into Derek Snyder at I was going to my buddy. I don't have kids. I don't think I could even produce with the things I put in my body, but I saw him at a kid's bookstore in an LCBO. I'm like, hey, Derek. He's like, hey, Cam, how you doing? Say hi. Like, it was crazy. Like, I haven't seen that guy forever, and I just ran into him. I love Derek Snyder. Very nice guy.
Well, Feinberg, I think, had a next level of this because he was tracking the security guard at which time that he was coming around. Feinberg actually DM me this morning that their win total for the year, if you wanted to bet it now, is 10.5 up from 8.5, which it was last week. So people are buying the Broncos right now.
I'm surprised Feinberg wasn't texting you that there's like some sort of conspiracy theory amongst the schedule makers in the NFL to get the Broncos to 3-0 and the Chargers. I mean, they're getting screwed by the referees, and they have to play a home game against where it's going to be a Dallas home game. That's the classic Feinberg move right there.
Yeah.
It's conspiracy theory central.
Justin Herbert will be at the local Safeway signing autographs. It's like, Jeff will send somebody down there anyway. This Charger love. The guy's a grown man, for God's sakes. Like, anyway, I love Guillaume.
Put it this way.
It kind of scares me. Guy loves the Chargers more than his kids.
Cam.
Yes.
Because of that, and Pizzola will know this because he was on the show, I gave Jeff his own Chargers podcast on Mayo Media Network. The first episode is out.
It was actually pretty fun to record. He came out rolling with Where's Nate Kading tune.
He's running down the road trying to loosen his load. He's got Phillip Rivers on his mind. Yeah, that's one of my classics.
He broke it out, sang the whole thing. We actually reminisced on the days where I used to write song lyrics for you, Cam.
Yeah.
If you remember those, which was good times. But
very good.
I would love for like an April Fool's joke. We somehow convince Geoff's oldest daughter to come out to him and say she's a Chiefs fan or something. Like, I don't want to root for the Chargers, Daddy. I like Patrick Mahomes. I want to be a Chiefs fan. Yeah, and it would actually break his heart. Like, he might actually have a mental breakdown if that happened. I guess we all agree here. I think Arizona would be the side at 6. With that said, if they lost 37-7, it wouldn't surprise me.
I have zero confidence in all my selections. Done. But that's good. That's a good thing, because sometimes when I do that, we have those 2-1 or 3-0 weeks. But honestly, well, what am I going to do? I want to take Seattle against Denver. There's so many. You know what the problem with the NFL is, Rob? We have to do 3 picks. I don't like betting 3 games. I like I usually have 7 or 8, and that's the way I roll. If I go 5-3, 6-2, whatever, party time. I know people be selective. Ooh, pick a couple. No, that's not who I am. I'm a buffet man. I'm not a la carte. I like more picks. Like Washington, I think, is going to beat Jacksonville. Like, there's a lot of games that I like.
So, Cam, Cam, I want to throw this by you because Cuss Corner 36D was just released up on Mayo Media Network. I suggest everyone go check it out.
And 36D, what was it? Spanx? What's that new bra without the wires?
Hey, A, B, and C already came out. It's all part of the same series. I didn't want to release one 10-hour show. Had to chop it up. But Cuss suggested that any new restaurant that opens be required to have a buffet. Do you agree?
I love that. Actually, that's one of Cuss' best takes.
That is a horrible take.
I think it should always be a buffet option. Hey, no. I want buffet. That's the whole problem. I want a little bit of steak. That's why I love cruising, Pat. When I went on a cruise, you go, I want the steak. And you're like, ooh, you see the seafood fettuccine? Hey, give me some of that too. You can ask for all these things and you get it. And that's the thing. It's variety is the spice of life. I love it. I'm not saying let's go down to the Golden Corral and eat, day-old chicken wings there. It can get. I've heard from people it's a glorified cafeteria.
Hold on. You wouldn't eat day-old chicken wings? Come on.
Oh, I eat week-old chicken wings. I'm just saying I've never been to the Golden Corral, and people are telling me when I talk to our American friends that it's basically a cafeteria with a buffet. But I'm going to give it a shot. They have all-you-can-eat ribs and wings.
That's not good, right, Pat? That's not good for your lifestyle. Like, hey, everybody, look at me. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and instead of coffee, you're throwing back a cup of vodka. No, it's probably a bad idea. Anyway, Pizzola, I got one thing to say to you. I'm not mad, but I have one issue as a Stewart in my family: tardiness. That's the one thing Pat knows. I'll let anything slide except for tardiness, even drunken broadcasting.
I personally have a major issue with tardiness. Not that I'm almost
pisses me off
for anything. No. I'm not saying like I'm always the guy that's there 15 minutes early. I'm telling my wife, we stop putting on makeup. We got to get out of the house. Like, let's go. We're gonna be late type of thing. So I just didn't know we were recording today. That was the problem. I was going about my business as if I had known
you don't receive text messages from Pat, who's very efficient, giving them on all media platforms, email, phone.
I made a mistake. I'm apologizing to you, Cam, for wasting an hour of your Thursday morning. I don't know what else you could have been doing.
As I told Mayo, I did a show drunk. It's a push. Okay, I'll let it slide.
Okay.
Well, I always text my guests the day before to remind them, but Pizzola's in the circle of trust. I just assumed he knew, so I never brought it up to him.
Listen, good point. There's nothing worse. I'm driving in the car. I just picked up a Starbucks. I'm taking like a leisurely I didn't have my mic. I went to pick up my microphone this morning, which I left somewhere else.
Gotta get an espresso machine.
I do. I have one. But yeah, I do. I have an espresso machine. That's usually what I drink. But I had to get out in the morning to go pick up this microphone. I get a text in the car or DM from Pat that says, "Here's the link for the show." I'm like, "What is going on here?" I'm frantically freaking out, messaging the guy. I felt really bad in the moment, but what are you gonna do? I'm 40 minutes away from home at that point. It's life, man. I could do the show in my car if you guys want me to next time. Bring up the phone. Maybe that's not a bad idea.
I felt bad too. I was going to do my updates in the afternoon, and I didn't realize my girlfriend had surgery. I took one of her pills, and I was like drooling all over myself. And sometimes we make mistakes. The Tylenol looked like the surgery pill. What are you going to do? And I was sitting there, I was struggling.
Do you worry, Cam, that Zach Wilson spent all of this time off with his 2-week injury that took him 6 weeks to come back from, that he's not really studying the playbook? Maybe he's more focused on his mature mom's OnlyFans account?
Yeah, exactly. He's banging women. Like, what's he doing? Hey, man, I went to BYU. Hey, lots of ladies. No, I don't know if this guy's reading the playbook. That's the thing, Pat. I am concerned about that. This guy seems like a playboy, right? Like, I don't know what he's up to. You're right. It's a risky bet. This guy's probably having sex with a lot of people.
He might be. Have you guys seen these OnlyFans pics accounts now, like the tout accounts?
No.
Oh, it's the new vibe now in the last week or so. They're coming out of the woodwork.
Is it like bets with naked women or men, I suppose?
Exactly. Come watch me take off my clothes and give you a pick for tonight's Monday Night Football game or whatever.
I'm not gonna.
We predicted this stuff years ago. Getting naked and making picks. That's what you do, like a crazy game show. Like this is nothing new. Like with the philosophy, right, Rob? We've talked about these ideas.
Cam,
like the stupider the better.
Cam, take your shirt off, please. Take your shirt off. We'll charge premium for it. Cut you in.
I will. You want me to take my shirt off?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I will.
How thirsty are these people? I need to know how thirsty these.
There we go. The gun show is out with Cam.
Unfortunately, he lost the mic now, and he's got no way to put it back on.
Well, that's just strap it right off. Don't take your pants off. We have to keep this at rated R, not rated X. Cam, just strap that mic onto your chest hair or something. You'll be good.
I have a golf ball in my stomach. The title is
Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.